Okay, let's talk about that House of the Dragon finale. I mean, who else immediately paused the episode and screamed, "Wait, what just happened?" when Helaena jumped? Because here's the thing, her death wasn't just shocking, it was a masterclass in tragic storytelling. But let's dig deeper. Personally, I think Helena's arc is one of the most misunderstood parts of this show. She wasn't just a sidelined queen with prophetic dreams, she was the show's quiet moral compass. And that's why her death hits so hard. What many people don't realize is that her suicide wasn't about despair, it was a rebellion. She weaponized her own vulnerability in the most brutal way possible. Think about it, she knew Rhaenyra needed her alive as a political pawn. By jumping, she stripped Team Green of that leverage. That's not weakness, that's tactical self-sacrifice. Now, Emma Darcy called her the moral heart of the show. And honestly, that's such a gut punch because it frames Rhaenyra's entire arc as a fall from grace. Without Helena's conscience, where does that leave Rhaenyra? Probably in a spiral of paranoia and bloodshed. Which makes me wonder, is Helena's death actually the point of no return for the Targaryen dynasty? Like, the moment everything accelerates into chaos? Because if you take a step back, every major dynasty in Westeros collapses when the last remnant of humanity dies. See Ned Stark, Robb Stark, heck, even Jon Snow's resurrection robbed him of his moral purity. Helena's the latest casualty in this pattern. But let's talk about the artistry of that final scene. Phia Saban mentioned holding a dead caterpillar during filming. How's that for symbolism? She's literally mourning the loss of life's beauty, even as she's trapped in a gilded cage herself. And the prosthetics team? Let's stand. Creating a spike through the neck effect that looks too real? That's next level dedication. Saban even joked about it being a bucket list death scene, which, fair. But here's the twist, her performance wasn't about the spectacle. It was in the quiet moments before. The way she spat venom at Rhaenyra, weaponizing truth like a dagger. That scene wasn't just a fight, it was a dismantling of the idea that power corrupts absolutely. Helaena stayed uncorrupted, which made her terrifying to everyone else. What's wild is how this mirrors real-world power dynamics. History's tyrants always fear the person who refuses to be tainted by the system. Think political prisoners, whistleblowers, anyone who exposes hypocrisy. Helaena called Rhaenyra out for clinging to a throne that's already rotting. And in doing so, she became a martyr. Which raises a deeper question. Does House of the Dragon want us to see revolution as inherently self-destructive? Because every time someone tries to break the cycle, they end up dead. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the show's saying that in a world built on dragonfire and betrayal, the only moral act is to burn yourself out rather than perpetuate the flame. So here's my final thought, Helena's death isn't just a plot twist. It's a thesis statement. The moment Rhaenyra realizes her rival queen is gone, that's when the audience should have known Westeros is doomed. Because when the last voice of humanity gets silenced, all you're left with is dragons and darkness. And honestly, that's the most terrifying monster of all.